All three planned crises to produce Antichrist are heating up simultaneously. As we have stated in many articles in the past 3 years, the final stage of the New World Order plan to produce the King, the Christ, the biblical Antichrist, envisions three crises exploding possibly simultaneously. I think a little bit in sequence, but like it will happen eventually simultaneously. The cumulative effect of these three crises shall be so exceedingly powerful that the peoples of the world will be panicked into accepting the claims of peace and safety which this Christ, which is the Antichrist, will promise when he arises amidst great power and exhibiting tremendous signs and wonders. The three planned areas of war are as follows. Number one, Middle East, right now. The Arabs are planning to attack Israel. This war was envisioned by Albert Pike's demonic vision of 1870 and was called the Third World War. Literally, out of the smoke and ashes of this war, Antichrist will appear. He will appear east of Jerusalem, clothed in white and recreating Palm Sunday. The New World Order plan envisions the annihilation of the Arabs and total victory for Israel. So right now, I think we're waiting for all other enemies to join in. So I believe starting this weekend into next week. Um, Number two, North Korea, Korean Peninsula. North Korea will attack South Korea, probably using weapons of mass destruction. Certainly, they will use nuclear weapons, but may use chemical and biological weapons as well, which is Israel is using right now. Possibly. This war is described as a hair-raising nuclear confrontation that will occur at the end of the period and will threaten man's very survival. Number three, Chinese takeover of Taiwan. We detailed the Illuminati plan of 1952, which envisioned that Taiwan would be given back to Chinese control. The actual takeover will be part of the planned crisis that will produce Antichrist. So right now, okay, the timetable is right now. Arabs, everybody in the Middle East will hit Israel, but I think Israel will get the total victory because Israel will use the nuclear bomb. I don't know what's that term for that, but they have the uh, massive destruction weapon. So let's see. Let's see. Okay, so yeah, it's Israel first and North Korea. I think. Um, I think maybe possible North Korea and Chinese government will start. Okay, will start at the same time the Arabs attack Israel then. So right now, of course, the beginning, the start is the attack by Hamas. I think this is a signal to everybody. It's not necessarily an actual attack. I think that is more like a signal to everybody to stand by um, the three crises should be on standby and start at the blow of the horn, I should say, right? Um, okay, so we don't need to look at the attack by Hamas as a false flag anymore. It's more like a, you know, say on your mark when you get ready to run your marathon, or this is more like a, I think more like a sprint, because the events, these three crises will take place pretty much really quickly. So the attack of by Hamas is like on your mark, then so get set and go. Get set is when all the nations express their position, which is this coming um, weekend into next week. So far, only a few, like of course the US first, and then now we're waiting for everybody to voice their opinions, right? Which is get set, and then go is, when they all take actions. Um, let's see. Okay. Okay. So experts in the Middle East were using the term jihad, which means holy war, to the Arabs. Huh. Okay. So interesting. Um. So this is jihad against the hated Jew. Now we know why jihad is so most talk about in recent years. So they keep repeating holy war. We didn't even know until now, right? Okay, so in a jihad, which is in a holy war, any Arab killed in the conflict is promised immediate paradise for eternity. So that is pretty much really spiritual. Okay, so and the Orthodox Jew will react very aggressively to any call for Arab control over the Temple Mount, because these Jews have made elaborate and expensive preparation to build the next temple. However, their Orthodox leaders have made the decision that only Messiah can actually build this third temple, thus setting the stage for the photo deception of the Jewish people with the Messiah, which is the Antichrist. So they have, everybody in the this community have already built concrete bunker 40 feet underground, a bunker capable of withstanding anything except a direct nuclear hit. Okay, so number two, Korea Peninsula. Planned missile test starts war of words. Warnings from the US about North Korea's plan to test a long-range missile could begin a war, according to the ruling party's new paper. Okay, so this planned war seems to be heating up. It's been heating up. Um, so number three is Chinese takeover Taiwan. Okay, so China has the technology to make neutron bombs. It declared already. Um, so neutron bombs kill with intense radiation, but have lower explosive power, leaving infrastructure relatively intact. So I think infrastructure intact, but the radiation will harm the environment, including humans. So technically, it's more um, devastated than a nuclear, just a regular missile. Um, okay, so that's that, and that's the sequence of the crisis now. I believe, like I said, it's within this month into November. Um, okay. So then it's so scary now. The Antichrist will appear when these three crises start.